we don't, like, make you leave just to make you leave. We make you leave so the house is quiet. Like, Beauty's outside barking, Jamal's outside singing. We should have went in the closet. And I cracked my phone.
So how was your day?
I feel like I get a lot of stuff done early in the day, which is good. So I've done a lot today. I extended my drip irrigation system. So more water in the backyard in certain places, so I don't have to water it as often. So if I wanted to like leave town, my plants would be okay.
Yeah.
I'm setting up preparation so I can get the hell out of here, and my plants will survive without me.
Yeah. I need to just leave. Need to just leave, never come back, or maybe come back in like 6 months.
Year.
6 months to a year.
6 months is nice. As you know, our bed finally came in. I was so happy. Those fools would not bring the mattress upstairs. The guys who delivered the mattress.
They're like, we can't do that.
Pretty much. They were like, oh, you want it in the garage? I was like, no, it needs to be in the house.
Oh, you bought the Costco. Okay.
And it was like, I think it was like Simmons or Serta or one of
them. No, it needs to be in the house.
Yeah, I was like, I would like it in the house. So they bring it in the house. And they're like, oh, is here fine? I was like, can we get it upstairs? And they're like, no, we can't do that. I was like, seriously? And they're like, no. So get the fuck out.
Because then you'll be asking us to set up your bed and all this other
Bitch,
stuff.
the bed is set up already. Just come in. Hook a sister up. So I did sleep really well last night. I'm really happy about that. New sheets, new bedding. I was like, Brittany, you cannot sleep with us. You have to sleep in your own room.
You can't sleep with us!
You cannot sleep with us. But in regards to the bed that we had, we were going to put it in Kendall's room. And she's like, oh, I don't want it in my room anymore. I cleaned that heifer's room yesterday under her bed, cleaning shit. And she's like, oh, yeah, I don't want it in here. And I was just like, what? Because we found a desk. And she has a desk in her room now. And if we
found a desk where?
On the side of the road. We were driving. It was like free desk. And it was perfect. We're like, Kendall, you want to get that? Let's look at it. She's like, yeah. We rolled up on it. It was a decent desk. I was like, should we take it? She's like, yeah. We fitted it in my car. And
it actually fit?
Yes. Well, I had to like do the hatchback thing and knock down the seat and had to move Kendall to the front. But it worked. But do you think you would want like a queen size bed in here? I mean, you're the only one that comes here, or Giovanni or guests. So we're like, what are we gonna do with this bed? But we could put it in here and have a.
And then what are you gonna do with this one?
I don't fucking know. Jamal was like, what are we gonna do with this one? Should we put it in our room? I was like, why would we want to put it in our room?
Why would you want another bed in your room for Brinley?
Here, Brandi, here's an extra bed for you.
Here's a bed for you in case you don't want to sleep in your own bed.
Right.
Doesn't she have she has the other one. Well, she could have two beds for when Gracie comes.
Exactly, and pull it out, and then we'll just get rid of that one.
Which one?
The bed that's in her room.
Oh my God, a whole bunch of bed shuffling going on.
That's what Jamal said. We have too many beds. I know. Oh my God, but yay. So I'm trying to keep my life in order. I was like cleaning up the kitchen, and I cleaned the table, and my mom came over the other day, and she's like, this table's sticky. I was like, I know, I cleaned it this morning. And she's like, you have to clean it more than once a day. And I was like, that's dumb. That's dumb.
You're supposed to clean it every time somebody eats. You're supposed to clean off the table.
God.
Yeah, it sucks.
That exactly. I'm just like, I'd be
rather fucking people in his house eating,
and I'd rather be doing other things than cleaning my house.
I know. Yeah.
People who like seriously keep their home clean, I'm so proud of you. I don't know how you guys do it.
There's people that like get pleasure from cleaning. Like Shantae, it pleases her to clean. Like she likes it. She enjoys it. There's people who enjoy it, and there's people who like when they get angry, that's what like calms them down is cleaning. I'm like, I wish that was me.
I wish that was me too. I would love for someone to love to clean and come to my house and just clean for pleasure, and I don't have to pay them or anything. That would be cool. But there's sometimes I want to clean. Like I feel like once a month I'm like, I want to clean the house. But all the other times like, oh, I gotta clean this stupid toilet. Oh, I gotta clean this room. I gotta clean that room. I gotta mop the floor and sweep the stairs, and I feel like fucking Cinderella.
Except for it's your house, and you're not like being abused.
Right? I made this life for myself. I did this to myself.
That's funny. I was watching Grimm.
I've been watching Grimm too.
The other yesterday, and the Cinderella episode was
That's
on.
what I was watching. You know who the girl is? She's the girl from Center Stage.
I didn't watch
Lucinda.
that. Yeah, I didn't watch that.
I was watching that too. The same episode yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't watch Center Stage.
The bat one, which turned into an evil
The murciélagos, yeah. Uh-huh.
Lucinda. That was great.
Yeah.
Center Stage is like my favorite movie.
Yeah, I've never actually watched the whole movie.
Okay. Well, it was her. So how was your week, dude?
I don't know. What, was there a week? Aside from fucking just bullshit ass news about bullshit ass fucking shit going on, and you know, it's like you want to stay informed, but then again, you want to fucking like have your fucking mental health be okay. And I was just like, I just can't. My freaking Instagram, I was like, let me just stay off of Instagram. I'm watching this stuff like and talking to these idiots. So I haven't been like as active on it. I've been looking at Instagrams for like 90 Day Fiance and like those memes and shit like that. And I actually started a meme page for 90 Day Fiance. A meme account.
Love it!
So
yes.
That's what I'm going to be doing because there's 2 new seasons of Happily Ever After. And that one starts tonight. And then The Other Way, which started last week. So
are those spinoffs from 90 Day Fiance?
Uh-huh. So there's 90 Day Fiance. What now? There's 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After? Question mark. 90 Day Fiance.
Question mark.
Yeah, question mark. 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, which just ended. Then there's just the regular 90 Day Fiance.
90 Day Fiance. If y'all
they have and now there's a spinoff called 90 Day Fiance Strikes Back, which is them basically like responding to social media posts and like
oh shit.
And then there's Pillow Talk, which is where they watch episodes. There's like literally like 7 different 90 Day Fiance shows. Oh, and then there's the Chantel, the Family Chantel. I don't know if they're gonna get a second season, but there's a whole bunch of spinoffs of this fucking show. This franchise is like fucking kicking off like gangbusters. But 90 Day Fiance started in like 2014. So actually, that's the year you guys got married. You could have been on that show.
We got married in 2015.
Oh, okay. Well, you could have been on that show, but you guys don't have any like drama or anything, so or didn't have any drama, so you. Didn't.
Because my husband's a foreigner.
Because you guys had to do the fiance visa, right?
No, we didn't do the fiance visa. So what we did was Jamal had a visa already. He already had a travel visa.
Oh, okay.
And so when he came, he had 6 months. So when he came, that's when we intended like to get married and do everything. Because when you come, you have 6 months to depart. But if you like get married or do whatever in that process, you're fine.
Oh, okay. So you guys didn't have to do the K1 visa.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's cool. Yeah, no, it's about the K1 people going through the K1 visa process.
Oh.
That's what 90 Day Fiance is about. The others is just about they're like literally it went from being a show about couples that were actually in love to couples that are just a shit show. People who come over here just to get a fucking visa and get a green card and like people who are basically like fucking sex tourists. So
sex tourists?
Uh-huh.
What's a sex tourist?
A sex tourist is a person, usually an American man who is middle-aged
Philippines.
Who goes to another country. So they usually go to like Thailand, like Asian countries and Eastern European countries, basically just to get laid. Like they go and they're under the guise of trying to find a bride, but then they usually end up like just like sleeping with a bunch of different chicks.
Ew.
Like remember Jared from Subway?
He's a son of a bitch. Isn't he in jail?
Yeah, he's in prison. But that's what he used to do. He used to go to other countries. But those people will go to sleep with children. That was a whole nother thing. Disgusting fucks.
But I'm with you. I have not been taking care of my mental health, and I have been on the internet.
Yeah.
And to hear about the shit that's been going on, I'm just gonna say it like this. We're in the Antelope Valley. 2 cities over is Palmdale, California, and recently they found a young man, 24-year-old man, black man, hanging from a tree, right by City Hall.
Yeah, it's gross.
In a public place, on display, and they're trying to claim it's a suicide. And I want to know what evidence they have that makes them say that it's a suicide. Like, was there a note? No. Was there a chair? No,
like a chair.
Like, what makes you suspect or lean towards that?
And because they don't want that. They don't want to have the reputation of this having happened in their city. Because Palmdale, there's a white supremacist group in Palmdale, but there's also, a large, diverse population in Palmdale.
Yeah.
So, it's just
it's insane.
There's gangs. There's all kinds of fucked up shit that's going on right now.
What's his name? Robert. I want to call him Robert Fuller.
His last, that's his name.
And it's just sad. Like, say their fucking names, Robert Fuller. And it's funny. Like, this story has kept coming. Being presented to me by different people at different ways. I'm just like, oh, I'm following this story, but it's sad. It's really sad. And like last night, I was having like a serious conversation with Jamal, and I was like, we're going to the Bahamas. We're out of here. Like,
you're like, I'm moving.
I honestly feel like what you were saying, like 6 months, a year, whatever. Like, I don't know. I've never felt like this in my life, or like have been like, hey, I need to leave the country because there's bullshit going on.
There is.
It's sad, but I mean, you might leave one place for one reason and then jump into some other bullshit. So, I don't know. You can't run from your problems, but this is some bullshit. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it sucks.
I'm uneasy. I was seriously thinking about taking like a Prozac last night. It's just like...
Well, you should have been.
I probably should have. I didn't have any water.
What?
I could have just drank some water from the bathroom.
What the hell? In other words, you didn't want to go downstairs and get some water to take a pill.
Right.
That's what you're saying to me?
That's pretty much what I'm saying.
You're insane.
I know. But it's rough out here, guys. How you guys doing? Hey, I'm Sunni Hepburn.
Are you? Are you sure that's who you are?
I'm Sunni Hepburn.
And I'm Brandi Fleece. I'm exhausted as hell.
And this is Book of Lies, the podcast.
It's Bulp.
It's Bulp. And, guys, sorry for the depressing conversation, but it's just going to get worse because we're going to talk about fraud. And
this is some fucked up fraud.
This is fucked up fraud. So
and, yeah, I'm going to say I'm gonna include a trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
There will be discussions of rape and of course addiction.
Okay. So you've been warned. But hey, listeners, hey guys, how are you? If you're a new listener, hey, what's up? And for our existing listeners, thank you for coming back. And the funny thing is, I'm going to give a shout out to Pretty Ricky on my softball team, starting a podcast.
And I was like, wait, the group?
The group.
No.
Pretty Ricky. So well done. He started a podcast. I was like, yeah. And he reached out and was like, tell me more. And I was like, okay. And then he subscribed to our podcast. So thank you. And then he subscribed someone else. So I love what he's doing. He's like, hey, let's listen to Book of Lies. Sweet.
What is his podcast about?
I have no idea yet.
I
don't know the name.
What's it called?
I don't know. I'm going to find out. But apparently they started recording. So that's the first step. Record something. Just record. But,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Thanks for the love. It's all good. We'll figure it out later. You can connect with us on social if you want. Book of Lies Pod on Twitter. Book of Lies Podcast on Instagram and Facebook. And always visit our website. We have a blog at bookofliespodcast.com.
Yeah.
I want to hear your poem that you were afraid to read out.
I'm not afraid to read it. I just don't want to.
Brandi, what are we talking about today?
So today, we're going to talk about some fucked up ass shit. We're going to talk about Kenny Chatman and fraudulent rehab centers. Fake rehab centers that are ruining people's lives.
Kenny Chatman?
Kimmy Schmidt. Kenny Chatman.
Kenny Chatman.
Yes, Chatman. Chatman. M-A-N. The fuck? M-N-A. Okay. So, there's no background information on this man other than he was a personal trainer in Florida. He's from Florida. But, okay, so Florida is the rehab capital of the country.
Wow.
There are lots of rehabs in Florida. There's that program on Vice that I used to watch. There was a show called Dope Sick Nation. I don't know if there's any new, no, there's not. I guess there's one season of Dope Sick Nation. Started in 2018. That's when the show came on.
Dope Sick Nation?
Yeah. And they're in Florida, and the show is of this guy and this woman who are recovering addicts, who their job, they started a company basically trying to get people to they're trying to get addicts to rehabs. So like addicts would reach out to them and be like, hey, I need to go to rehab. I want to go to rehab, or I want to go to I need treatment. Basically.
I need help.
And so they would hook these people up with these rehabs, but like they had a list of rehabs, and like they would try to get people in using scholarships basically to get them in, because rehab is expensive.
Yeah.
So some people would end up going, some people would end up flaking out, and but the show I guess ended because one of the hosts, his name was Frankie, ended up using. So I think that's why the show ended. And that was the last episode. There was 10 episodes. And they're in Florida. And like they would try to get these people to these rehabs, and they would be full. These rehabs would be full.
Okay.
So Florida is the rehab capital of the country. So Kenny Chatman, who started out as a personal trainer, also had a side business running sober homes. So a sober home is basically, it's a halfway house.
Right. So
people who have already gone through
rehab, AA, 12 steps.
They've already detoxed, and they are in treatment. They're living in sober homes. A sober home, is a bunch of people. Remember Dr. Drew's sober house?
I love Dr. Drew.
It's a house or a facility where addicts live together, where their jobs are to help each other stay sober,
right? Basically.
And there is a house manager, and then they provide them services like outpatient treatment, so they'll take them to outpatient treatment centers, or they have therapy and all kinds of stuff. They do drug testing usually once a week.
Jeez.
Those types of things. They to make sure that they haven't relapsed and all that stuff. So Kenny Chatman, he ran several sober homes, but he realized that the big bucks came from running treatment facilities. So he decided to open a treatment facility.
So he was just like, let me just open up a treatment facility.
Right. So, basically that's what he did. He had some issues, though, because he was a convicted felon.
Sounds like it.
So he opened the treatment facility under his wife's name.
Duh.
And it was called Reflections. Treatment facilities have to have physicians on staff. They have to have a medical director. They have to have a program director. They have to have, nursing staff, because it's an actual treatment facilities are medical facilities. Okay. So he lined up some people to do this. He had doctors and whatnot who signed on to work for him at his treatment facility. But he was fucking shady. He was fucking shady, and he did shady shit. So let's talk about the sober homes that he ran. He ran sober homes that he would lock. He would lock from the outside, lock from the inside, and lock the windows. He would take people, the addicts who came to his sober homes, he would take their phones, he would take their keys, he would take their medications, and keep them from them. He would call their families and tell them, you know, your usually, you know, your son or daughter or your wife or
your
husband,
loved one,
is you know, benefiting greatly from our from being here at our sober home, you know. And like, if they were able to get in contact with their families and tell them, hey, you need to get me out of here, I'm being held against my fucking will, he'd be like, oh, they're lying, whatever. So he was doing all kinds of shit. So there are these people that are called body snatchers or junkie hunters or body brokers. What they do is that they recruit addicts to come to a detox center or a treatment center or a sober home. They get paid per person. So say I'm an addict and I am at an AA meeting and you come up to me and you're like, hey, you know, are you trying to get sober? And I'm like, yeah, man, I really want to get sober. And you're like, okay, well, I have, I know this place that you can go to. All you have to do is, well, you don't have to do anything. Or if I was like, nah, man, nah, I'm not into it. You'd be like, well, I'll pay you $200 a day, or I'll pay you $500 a week. I'll hook you up with a gym membership. You get free haircuts.
It sounds too good to be true.
I'll get you gift cards.
Why?
I'll take you to the strip club. If I'm a dude, I'll take you to the strip club. You know, there's free cigarettes, whatever the case. Anything that sounds good to me to get me to that treatment facility or to that detox program or to that sober home. And I'm like, yeah. And you're like, okay, cool. Do you have insurance? I'm like, yeah, I got insurance. And you're like, okay, let me run your insurance to see if you qualify. So that's what these body brokers would do. They would get insured addicts to these sober facilities, these sober homes, detoxes, what have you. And I, as a detox owner, as the sober home owner or whatever, I'm going to pay you per person, any people you get me that have insurance, I'm going to pay you $500 per head.
Yeah, that's some good recruiting right there.
Right. So the problem with this is that they're going to places like they're online, they're in coffee shops, they're at AA meetings, they're at bus stops, they're at train stations looking for people who look like they're either addicts or people who are trying to get sober, and they're recruiting them to go to these shady ass facilities.
Yeah.
Basically, they're pimps. They're pimps for these fucking sober homes. Yeah. Pretty much.
Basically, they're pimps.
They're basically pimps. Yeah. So once the people get to these sober homes, there's no rules at these sober homes. So at Kenny Chatman's facilities specifically, there's no rules. And basically at all these shady ass fucking sober homes. So there's no rules because the sober homes are also getting kickbacks from the treatment facilities. So as he owns a treatment facility and sober homes, so he doesn't have to worry about kicking back to his own sober home.
Yeah.
But other treatment facilities that are shady, they're giving kickbacks to sober homes to send their people, their addicts, to the treatment facilities.
Right.
So the treatment facilities are doing exactly that. They're supposed to be treating these addicts, right? But at the sober homes, there's no rules. And a lot of times they're even like, they'll recruit them and say, hey, you can have all the drugs you want. Just come to this sober home.
You want some crack?
You're not supposed to have it, but you're going to get it because, you're at this sober home over here particularly, you can do drugs. You can have alcohol.
We're the cool sober home.
Yeah. So, they get paid to bring people to these sober homes, and there's drinking, there's drugs. They can come and go as they please. Usually a sober home has rules. You have to be in by 8. You have to be up. You have chores to do. You have to follow a certain set of rules.
Right.
You have to basically try to be a responsible person who is trying to overcome your addiction.
Right.
If you have a job, they'll let you go to your job, but you need to be back by a certain time. You have to check in. If you're going to be late, you have to check in. They have rules. These places have no fucking rules. It's basically like the fucking
fraternity.
Yeah, like a frat house. And the places some of them aren't even homes. They're like rundown trailers. They're foreclosed homes, abandoned properties. They dilapidated houses, and they call them flop houses. So the addicts, a lot of times these body brokers will just like basically they'll sell an addict over and over and over to different homes. They'll be like, okay, well, I'll pay you to move from this home to that home. Or I'll pay you to go from this treatment facility to that treatment facility. I'll give you, I'll buy you
this much crack.
Yeah, basically, if you want, I'll get you some drugs, I'll get you some alcohol, whatever it is, whatever sounds good to you, I'm going to do for you to get you to go from this treatment facility to that treatment facility. Because every time you move, I get paid. You're one body, and I can sell you over and over and over.
That doesn't sound right at all. But
it's not.
Wouldn't you think the insurance wouldn't pay for all that, though?
Oh, we're going to get there. Oh, they call it the Florida Shuffle. That's what they call it. They call it the Florida Shuffle because they're basically being shuffled from this place to this place to this place to this place. Or in California, because they're doing it. Now it's happening all over the country. They're doing it, they call it the Wild West of rehabs in California. Sometimes they'll give them drugs. Like the treatment facilities were no better because they would give an addict drugs to ease withdrawal, but they would give them like a cocktail of the wrong drugs.
Is that what the methadone clinics are like?
Methadone clinics are specifically for heroin addiction, but methadone is also an opiate.
Right.
So it doesn't help, but no, methadone clinics aren't treatment facilities.
Okay.
They're giving people, so they'll give them a cocktail of meds to ease their withdrawal. And so some people who already were on certain medications like antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds, things to treat mental health conditions, they're not giving them their meds. They're giving them something else. So now you got a combination of this person is going through withdrawal. They're not getting their meds that they actually need for a specific comorbidity. But I'm going to give you a cocktail of some other shit. And I don't know how you're going to respond to that.
People really mess up people's lives. And I'm just saying, like, they really fuck people's lives up.
Yeah, and they kept their prescribed medications away from them.
And this is something that he has set up.
He's not the only one, but we're focusing on his crimes because he was doing more than this.
Okay.
So this is how the insurance fraud works. Under the Affordable Care Act, insurance companies are now required to cover addiction and recovery services. So when a patient goes to a treatment center, it's covered because they have to, it's required by law. But these treatment centers and these sober living homes, they didn't have insurance. These people wouldn't be able to afford to go to these places. So they would just be using anyway. Only people like, Lindsay Lohan and the celebrities who could afford going to these places, or people who already had money could afford to go to these places. So now you've got me, and I'm opening up a sober house because there's no regulations. There's no regulations on sober houses. There's no regulations on there's lax regulations, I should say, on treatment facilities. But sober houses don't really have any regulations at this time because now they're trying to change the laws. But at the time, that wasn't the case. So what they do is these sober homes and these detoxes and these treatment centers, they run unnecessary tests. And they bill insurance companies. So instead of drug testing me once every week, now I'm getting a new drug test every day. You're piss testing me every day, even though that's not what you're supposed to do. You're piss testing me every day. Also, you're giving me drugs so that I'll fail the test, so you can now bill my insurance more and say, we need this person to stay here longer.
Oh my God.
They,
like when they take their drug test and they're like, hey, hey, you came up dirty. You're like, no, I didn't. I didn't do anything. Well, it's the drugs that they're giving them.
But they're taking them willingly. Like, they're addicts. They're gonna, you give an addict a needle with some heroin, they're gonna take it.
Yeah.
They're not trying to get them sober. Yeah. They're just providing them drugs. A urine test, you can go right now to Rite Aid and buy a urine test for drugs.
I know.
It's $30. The freaking insurance company they're billing the insurance company $1,500 for a urine test.
Blah.
Apparently, they got wise. The insurance companies got wise to this. And were like, we're only going to pay you for one test a week.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm going to run other tests. STD tests, pregnancy tests. I'm going to give you I'm going to bill for therapy that you might not be getting, nutrition counseling that you might not be getting. Massage therapy, sure, let's bill for that.
In a world of what are yous, welcome to the place where the answer is always human. My name is Natalie, and I'm the host of Some Kind of Brown. I was born and bred in the Southern Bible Belt of the U.S., and if you know anything about the South, growing up multiracial was some kind of an experience. Join me in this community where I share my stories, am joined by guests who share their own, and talk about pop culture events that affect us as mixed people. You can find Some Kind of Brown on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and most places you find podcasts. I'll see you there with some more shades of brown.
They were billing for anything that they could, that they could
legally,
feasibly bill for. So, certain treatment facilities provide, hypnotherapy or whatever. I'm going to bill for that. If, you need, what do you call those deprivation tank things?
Oh, yeah.
Float tanks?
Yeah.
I'm going to bill for that now.
Right. A sensory deprivation tank.
Yeah. I'm going to bill for that. That's a therapy. I'm going to bill for it.
Ooh, I want to do that.
I had bought a Groupon for that 2 years ago, and Norman didn't want to go do it, so we never did, and my Groupon expired.
You should have went with me.
Well, I didn't know. But, anyway.
Don't worry, I'll get the next Groupon and we go together, okay?
It's in Santa
Clarita, right? I'm for that. That would be a nice little trip for us. We need to get away. I need to get away. Oh my God, so bad.
But yeah, so they could bill for all kinds of shit and never actually have this done. Apparently, even in California, what they were doing, there's these outpatient treatment facilities. Mm-hmm. They were billing Medi-Cal. And what they were doing was they were forcing not little kids, but they were forcing teenagers who lived in group homes, mm-hmm. who didn't have addictions to go to addiction treatment. So they would take a van full of kids. Some of them might have addiction issues, but the others don't. So now we can't leave you here by yourself. So you need to go to this treatment too. And you're not an addict, but you're made to sit through the fucking class about addiction. You're made to, maybe do some bullshit that, has nothing to do with you because you're not an addict.
But you're being charged for it.
But you as soon as you come in, you check in, you sign your signature, which is all Medi-Cal needs to bill.
That's fucked up.
So there were a couple of places in Riverside and LA and,
I believe it.
Doing this, but these were outpatient facility treatments. So they would bill for people to come in for group meetings on days that they didn't have group, on days that they didn't have rehab or whatever the case may be. Because, these are also government subsidized programs. Mm-hmm. So they're getting money from the government, and then they're also billing Medi-Cal. And the people who ran these all of them had been convicted of some sort of fraud,
of course,
previously. And so,
because they know how to get down.
Exactly. And so they weren't even supposed to be allowed to do these, these type of facilities.
And it slips between the cracks. So many things slip between the cracks. And it's there's certain people that will walk the line, and then there's people who don't walk the line, and it frustrates the fuck out of people that are walking the line and doing things the way they should be.
Yeah, one of the guys so I watched a video called How Addicts Are Lured into Sex Trafficking by Florida's Fraudulent Rehab Centers. And then there's American Greed also did an episode on Kenny Chatman specifically. And then CNN did the one about California rehab facilities. Basically, what they do is it's in Florida specifically, since there's so many, anybody can open a sober home. Anybody. Mm-hmm. There's no regulations. You can literally have a 2-bedroom house and call it a sober home, as long as you're getting people in the door. There's good sober homes and there's bad sober homes. One of the people that they talked to, the man, he was like, it's not even worth it down here to open a sober home. There's people that actually need help, and you're not helping them. You're making things worse, and you're treating, you're you're abusing the system and you're abusing these people.
So I could have someone in my house and call it a sober home and then just get some type of deal.
If you have two people that are trying to get, that are like, you know.
It has to be two people?
It's not, is it a sober home if it's only one? Like, if it's just you, it's not a sober home.
Why? If it's someone else, too. A person who wants to be sober.
Yeah, but you have to have a house manager. You're supposed to. Well, okay, but...
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just saying...
But yeah, basically that's the case. You could do... I don't know about in California, but in Florida, yes. You could do that.
There's so many people listen to the podcast. They're like, son of a bitch, you're fucking my shut up.
Well, I hope they hear this. You guys are dirty assholes. So there's another way that they would do was that they would build like ghost patients. So patients who had been in previously, they already had their information. Yeah. If they hadn't been in, who knows how long it had been since I've seen you, but I'm gonna say that I saw you as a patient, and I'm going to bill your insurance. So you could be in jail, you could be in another state, you could be dead, and I'm just going to bill your insurance anyway.
Oh, that's kind of the thing with like insurance fraud in general. Like when you start getting those invoices in the mail from your insurance, take a look at those motherfuckers. They'll tell you what's been getting billed from your insurance. I didn't start looking
at their insurance.
They don't give a fuck.
Actually, though, a lot of them are under someone else's, like their parents.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, they showed a statement where this one girl, her parents, her mom's insurance, she had a bill, or her statement claimed $15,000 worth of treatments, drug tests and other bullshit from the freaking treatment facility that she was supposed to have gone to.
That's $15,000.
$15,000 in
woo!
Yeah. Again, $1,500 is a piss test. So if I'm doing 5 urine tests on just one person a week, how much is that?
It is
$7,500.
Yeah, pretty much.
So imagine I have 6 people in my care, and I'm billing for urine tests that I'm doing every day.
That's a lot of fucking piss. That's a lot of money.
It is.
That's a lot of money.
It is.
And I guess it does take a lot of money to run these facilities and to have the people and the help and the staff, but fuck.
Well, at Kenny Chatman's place, like, they weren't providing them meals. They didn't have food. He would be, one patient testified, because Kenny Chatman went to jail, testified against him, or I'm sorry, it was a witness statement. It wasn't a testify, or an impact statement. Victim impact statement? I think that's what they call it. And he was saying how, like, they would lock him out of the house, so he wouldn't be able to get in. They took his meds, the same kid that they took his meds, and he, like, lost it, and he went cuckoo. He ended up robbing a business, this one specific child, or he's not a kid, but this one specific person who was under Kenny Chatman's care. He ended up going to jail for robbery because he was an addict, but he was the one that they took his meds, and they gave him the wrong meds, and he lost it. Like, he went bonkers and ended up somewhere else committing robbery. We're not even there yet. So Kenny Chatman also decided to get into human trafficking to make money, because once the insurance companies got wise to some of the billing practices, he started pimping out the girls.
Oh my god.
So these are girls that are like 18 to 25 years old.
It's horrible.
One of the girls said that she was tied up. She remembered being tied up by her wrists and her ankles.
Strapped. Trigger warning.
Yes, again, trigger warning. Strapped to the bed, naked, and he injected her. Kenny Chatman himself injected her with heroin, or he would put a crack pipe to her mouth and make her smoke crack. While she's out, who knows how many guys would come in and just do whatever they wanted to her, you know? And she said as a punishment for, like, you know, whatever he felt was an infraction, he would basically, like, dope them up. And then after they were, like, you know, a little coherent, he'd be like, yeah, I just had 5 guys come in here and run a train on you for $20. And she's like, now he won't even, after like telling them that information, he wouldn't even get them high so they could numb that pain from, you know, finding out this information about some shit that happened to them while they were basically in another fucking world. He would, you know, lord over them. He was like a bully. He freaking would get like face to face with the male residents of his sober homes. He would like fucking manhandle them, and he physically threw some of the people out. He did all kinds of just like shit. Meanwhile, him and his wife are now making millions of dollars.
He's got a wife.
He's got a wife and 4 kids.
And this bitch knows what the fuck is going on.
I don't know if she knows what's going on at the facility. He opened the facility under her name. But
this shit is all happening in her name. Oh, did she go to jail?
No.
Did she
I think she got probation. But he opened the facility under her name. I don't even think that she was ever even at any of these facilities.
I'll put my name on it. It's fine.
Yeah. They were, basically in 4 years, he went from making like, you know, a fucking not a bodybuilder, a personal trainer salary, which is like what?
50,000?
Maybe. In
60?
Florida, maybe. Went from making, you know, say 5 figures a year to making multi-million dollars.
Yeah.
He bought houses. They went on vacations. They started living the life of luxury.
Yeah.
And so the FBI started poking around.
Hey, bitch, you gonna do some fraud shit? Spend that money, and the FBI is gonna be like, where'd that money come from, motherfucker?
Yeah. So there were complaints. Some of the girls escaped from his sober homes.
His sex dungeon.
Yeah, they were basically brothels. Escaped from
terrible.
these brothels, and they went to the cops, and they told them like what the fuck was going on. So there were reports of him doing these things. There were other people who reported the insurance fraud.
Oh, okay.
So there were a couple of people that were like, okay, this is concerning. Let's go let's report this shit.
Mm-hmm.
So the FBI opened a case and they started looking into him. He was making money too fast. You know, like you don't go from making 5 figures to making $100 billion, not $100 billion, but like, you know, $3.5 million in a year. That's crazy.
Unless some fraud.
Unless you completely changed businesses and did, I mean, it's plausible, but they're also complaining about you. So now there's a reason for them to be looking into you, right?
Fraud.
He, on his website, it was him, like an ad, him and his wife saying that they were, success stories, and like he had he even had an ex-basketball player, an ex-NBA player, do like an ad spot for him. They had some of the people at his sober homes and treatment centers that were high, and he had them in the ad, talking about how great the program is and all this
They're
stuff.
like, you're just acting, okay?
So yeah, he was, and
say these lines,
doing
guys.
all kinds of bullshit.
They're like, we're high as fuck.
Yep, pretty much. So,
I just wanna taste it. I'm thinking, honey, watermelon sugar high. That Harry Styles? Watermelon sugar high. Watermelon sugar.
I don't know him.
Watermelon sugar.
Okay, well.
I think he was in One Direction.
I don't
Harry
know them either.
What
is wrong with your brain?
Watermelon sugar high.
Nope. Anyway, so he was arrested and indicted, basically. His wife was also arrested.
Good, bitch.
And he was basically, like, the sentence was supposed to be, like, 15 years that he got. He pleaded guilty.
Oh, at least he didn't try and lie about it.
He pleaded guilty to, I don't know how many counts were, but he pleaded guilty to money laundering, insurance fraud, and sex trafficking. He was supposed to get 15 years, but after the victim's impact statements, the judge was like, fuck that, you get 12 more years.
Throw the book at this motherfucker.
So he was convicted, sentenced to 27 years in prison.
When was this conviction? Like, what year is this?
2017? Oh, Kenny.
Kenny.
There was a lot of people that were involved, though. He wasn't the only one that was convicted. Mm-hmm. There was a lot of people. Doctors, house managers, sober home managers.
There's a lot of people that were involved in this.
They were,
he's not running
and they
this
were
shit
all,
by himself.
They were all arrested, convicted from like 18 months to 10 years in prison.
Good.
Yeah, okay. So, 2017, he was convicted. He pleaded guilty on May 17th, 2017.
All right.
One of the people that were involved, his wife apparently has, last year in January, agreed to cooperate with the authorities and in order to have her sentence reduced. Oh, she was sentenced to 3 years in prison. I thought she just got probation.
Good.
3 years in prison.
Good, bitch. Because I know that pillow talk. He was talking about all this stuff.
But she was convicted of making false statements in healthcare matters. Basically, in order to open up the facility, she made false statements.
Okay.
So, she admitted to allowing her husband to putting her name on his drug treatment center because he was convicted of a felony, like I said, and he wasn't supposed to own a treatment center.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah.
That's what you get, bitch.
So she got 3 years, and she asked the judge to reduce her sentence by a year to cooperate with the federal prosecutors.
And they got 4 kids?
They have 4 children, yeah.
What if someone did that to your fucking kid?
Exactly. That's what I'm like. What? Imagine because he has 4 kids, so there's a likelihood that he has a daughter. Mm-hmm. What if this was your daughter that you're doing this shit to?
Yep. Or if someone's doing this to your fucking daughter.
Or, or your son that is getting abused and beat up and mistreated, and his drugs, his prescription medications that keep him stable are being withheld from him.
It's fucked up. It's real fucked up. I mean, people don't think like this, but treat other people the way you want to be fucking treated. Like,
most people don't do that. They
really don't. They see people as marks and ways to make money. He was selling women's bodies. Fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Fuck you. I usually don't have such strong feelings about people.
Yeah, no, he's garbage. He's
a horrible person.
He's a monster.
Someone's probably using your body right now, you son of a bitch.
Here's what he looks like.
That was gonna be my next thing. What does this motherfucker look like? Does he have a fat neck?
No. He doesn't. He does not. He is an African American man.
Oh, you did say he was a black dude. Fuck this guy. Ugh. A little chocolate drop. Look at him.
Where's the picture go?
Sober home fraudster who gave drugs to addicts. Sentenced to 27 and a half.
Where's the damn picture?
27 and a half years in jail. I'm mad that he's attractive. First of all. I'm real mad at this motherfucker.
And this is his wife.
I'm real mad. Aw, Karen.
Her name is Laura.
Pretty purple shirt you got there, Laura, you dumb bitch.
So, yeah.
Look, he probably would have got over on me, too. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck him. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
The only thing I can say, the only thing that is a saving grace is at least he didn't kill anybody. But fuck you. You've ruined women. You've ruined, like...
Oh, we didn't even talk about the number of people that OD'd in his care.
Oh, so yeah, you did kill people, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, people died. They OD'd. He threw one girl out, her and her boyfriend. They were in one of his sober homes. They basically put him in a van, kicked him out, dropped him off at some seedy-ass motel somewhere, and she ended up overdosing on the drugs that he gave her, like the heroin that was laced with some fucking sedative.
Oh my God.
And she OD'd and died.
This is all in Florida? This is happening?
His bullshit happened in Florida. But he had also used addresses in other states to bill out-of-state insurance. So you can bill, other insurances, and he used like, there was some like fucking empty vacant lot that had an address attached to it, and he used that address to, I guess, establish business ownership in that state, and
there's a lot of
Pennsylvania, and was billing insurance.
That's fucked up. There's a lot of companies that offer that service, fake addresses, pretty much, to establish
companies.
Yes. To establish residency in certain areas.
Oh God.
And there's a lot of businesses out there that make frauding a lot easier than it should be.
That's fucking nuts. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna start a business to help you commit fraud.
It's not their intention, but it's like, for instance, like you or I, like we have virtual businesses. If we had to have like a physical location, have to have like a physical address for some fucking reason, we would go to a service like that rather than, lease a storefront or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I'll pay you $50 a month rather than pay this mortgage or this rent on this building for $1,000 a month. Like, what are you going to choose? But then there are people that are up to bullshit. They're just up to fucking no good bullshit.
Yeah. So that's Kenny Chatman, and that's how bullshit rehabs take advantage of addicts.
That makes me so upset.
Because you're going to these places for help, and you're not getting the help that you need. They're feeding your addiction. And in some cases, or in Kenny Chatman's case, hopefully this isn't happening in other places, they're human trafficking you. You know what I mean?
And the funny thing is, like, when I used to hear human trafficking, I would think, oh, you're taking me from one place to a different country and you're moving me around over there.
Mm-mm.
It's not that at all, and it's much more insidious. It's disgusting.
Yes,
it's disgusting.
It is. It's disgusting.
Guys, I'm sorry we made you listen to this. Thank you for listening. Brandi, do you have a thumbs up for the week?
Ugh. Gosh. I don't have a thumbs up for the week.
What are you going to do this coming week to make the world a better place?
Probably just binge watch TV.
Keep everybody safe.
Look, as long as I know where my people are and they're not out getting beat up by the cops
or killed.
Yeah, seriously.
It could be anybody. It could be anybody. And that's what scares me right now, that these crimes and these deaths have happened so close to home.
In Atlanta, another man was shot in the back, running away from the cops. He was running away, and he got shot. You don't shoot at a person who's running away. And that's actually what they were saying on the news yesterday. He was like, what? There's no need to use deadly force against a person who's running away.
Right.
Like, you're mad that they ran away from you, so you shoot them instead of, I don't know, give chase? This person was intoxicated. So what the fuck? Oh, okay. See, I don't want to. All right. So, yeah. My thumbs up, I guess, would be... What is my thumbs up?
You got a dry spot right there.
I know. I don't know where that came from. Just like all of a sudden.
Put a little coconut oil on it, baby.
My thumbs up for the week. It's hard. Like right now, it's hard to find something to be fucking like just happy about.
What's up with the spring line?
It's still just sitting in the draft. I just need to just post
the fucking shit.
I know.
Stop it and do it.
I know. I need to make some money.
Fucking post it.
Buy my jewelry.
Visit Brandi's store at geoandgrace.com.
It's geoandgrace.com will take you to the Etsy store. My Shopify store, which will be where geoandgrace.com points eventually, is still under construction. But my thumbs up for the week is that, actually, you know what? So I subscribe to this monthly box called the Bargain Bead Box and Dollar Bead Club. So each one, they're both different bead boxes that they send you, like $40, $50, $60, $70 worth of beads and beading supplies, like findings and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to get my first bargain bead box. I subscribed to the dollar bead box last year, and then I resubscribed last month, and I didn't really like the beads that they sent me, but they're $1. Like, literally, they're $1. They're check glass beads, or like some of them are semi-precious gemstones, and they're $1. So I'm going to be ordering more beads. I like to work with semi-precious, but like the check glass are really pretty, and they add, like dimension.
If you guys have any precious stones that you want Brandi to make a piece of art in, or a piece of jewelry custom for you,
I could do that.
Send it to our P.O. Box.
Which is?
P.O. Box 1554, Rosamond, Rosamond, California, 93560.
I was wondering if we still had that P.O. Box.
I renewed it.
I was wondering about that the other day. I was like, we don't get any mail.
We do.
Do you check? We do? We get mail?
Yeah, we get stickers.
Well, okay, yeah, but like we don't get like letters, listener letters.
Hey, send us a letter, you son of a bitch.
Or an email, at least.
Like, fuck your snail mail. Yeah, so the P.O. Box is still live and kicking, so feel free. I think we got some stickers from the Talking Shiz guys. I need to go check it out. The amazing world of Talking Shiz. I need to check out the P.O. Box. I'm going to the post office tomorrow, actually. I have to send off some biscuits. Okay. So, I'll check it out. So your bead box.
Yeah. So my bargain bead box should be in the mail tomorrow. Exciting.
Is this your first
box? Or yesterday, if you're listening to this on the day we come out, which is Tuesday. It should be there on Monday. So yesterday, it should be at the house.
Yesterday, I should have this box.
And it's a surprise. Like, they don't tell you what they're putting in it. And they're usually themed. So hopefully they're like summer colors themed. But I think the last one that they did was that. So I don't know. What's your thumbs up for the week?
Okay. So I've ordered seeds from this place called Baker Creek Seeds. They're kind of a big deal, apparently.
Okay.
And
are they organic seeds? Or
yes, they're organic heirloom seeds.
Okay.
And last week they sent an email. It was super random. It was like tomorrow only. Everything that they sold, like all their proceeds, went to different like farmers, and it told me like what farmer I was buying, like I was supporting, the hour I was buying food. Like every hour it was a different farm who would get the proceeds from their sales.
Okay.
And they're a big deal. So I went on there and I was like, let me support somebody, and I ordered some more seeds, girl.
Seeds from what kind of seeds?
Girl. I ordered some corn seeds, some more corn seeds. So all the
ordered blue corn seeds.
I ordered black corn seeds.
Oh, okay.
Batch. Yes, I did. And then I got some multicolored seeds, and they're like, when you harvest this corn, it's like an Easter egg. Like you never know what you're gonna get. Like all the different, every corn is different.
Oh, that's
and it's
cool.
like a different variety of corn.
That sounds like some GMO shit, though.
It's like
corn is GMO.
It's indigenous. Like it's the variety is like I think it's from New Mexico or something.
They're not Monsanto.
No.
That originally came from Monsanto.
Shut up. I ordered some carrots. I ordered this. I don't know. I just go on there and I'm like, oh, this is fun. Let me order this. Let me order that. But let me see what I got.
I don't think I can grow carrots because I have.
You have to grow them in a pot. I've never grown carrots in the ground.
I'm like, I have rodents in my backyard. There's these fucking squirrels and chipmunks and shit that go in my backyard. There's these like short-tailed weird desert squirrels, and then there's like the ground squirrels, and again there's lizards and fucking bunnies.
Yeah, so I grow my carrots in a grow bag because it needs to have really loose soil if you want the carrots to like form. Mm-hmm. So I ordered 2 kinds of carrots. I ordered 2 kinds of corn, and this thing called a dwarf tamarillo, and it's like kind of like a fruity berry type thing or whatever. I don't know. I just ordered like 6 bags of seeds. Spent like $10 whole.
What can you plant like right now? Like what's good to plant right now?
Tomatoes, cucumbers, melons, any warm weather veggies. So cucumbers love heat. Squash loves heat. It's a perfect time to grow squash because then once the fall comes around, it'll start to be ready for harvest. Sunflowers are great. Peppers, grow some peppers right now, like jalapeno, bell pepper, shishito.
You said cucumbers?
Yes, cucumbers love the heat. Eggplant, I've got eggplant growing, I've got tomatoes growing. I need to harvest some dill seeds that are ready. You can grow carrots year round. I've got potatoes growing. Corn is perfect. Corn loves the heat as well. That's also a fall harvest.
I'm just thinking, because like I have that patch of like against the wall, against where Giovanni's room, that area on the side of the house. Mm-hmm. Not the side of the house, like it's in the front yard. But like that's like perfect for like growing shit right against the house.
Does it get a good amount of sunlight?
Yeah, it's like the sun. Well, the sun comes up over because the house, you know, the house faces west. So once the sun comes over the house, it's just there all day.
Yeah. Until,
you know, it goes down, and there's these big ass trees that block the sun once it gets past the
certain
after like yeah, since it's getting dark at like 8:30 now. Mm-hmm. Like after 8 o'clock, then the trees block the sun. But yeah, it's pretty much all day sun right there. So I think that would be a good place to just plant. I want to plant some stuff. I just have to get out there and do it. And maybe tomorrow morning, because I woke up at 6:30 this morning.
Nice.
But I went back to sleep.
If you really, okay, so this is what I've learned. If you really, really, really want your plant to survive, mm-hmm. start it in a different container. So then when you actually go and plant it, it has a better start. I've done things from seeds and I've done things from...
a different container.
Like a planter, like so you can dig it out and then plant it in there. Like when it's in a container, you can kind of take care of it a little bit better, get it to a good start, get it to a good size, and get it started. When you put that seed out there, rodents will get it, bugs will get it, birds will get it, and then only a certain amount of them survive.
Yeah.
When they're in the roly-polies, they love tender young plants. They fucked up everything I put in the thing back there. Like nothing will grow because the bugs just eat it up.
That sucks.
That's why when I planted my plants in the front yard, I would sprinkle it with eggshells because I knew there were slugs in there and they would eat my plants.
And the eggshells don't.
It deters them. It deters them from crawling in there because it hurts.
Oh, okay.
And I wasn't putting eggshells in my plants in the backyard, which was a huge mistake. They're like, "Ha, you dumb bitch! We're gonna eat your fucking plant, whore." That's how the bugs talk to me outside.
Wow.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm excited about the seeds that I purchased and growing some interesting stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I want to grow something. Like I feel like if I you know,
do you want to get some
focus?
Do you want to get some of my my grow bags? I got a bunch of grow bags. You just put some soil in it and
those black things.
Because would they wind prune? So since they're fabric, when the wind hits them, the roots like just move themselves around. It's supposed to be really good for them. And I still use 2 in the front of my house now. I still love them.
Yeah.
I've got some if you want one or 2.
Cool.
Or tree, but I really want you to grow something, and like you have to pay attention to it. You can't forget to water it.
Yeah, that's the only thing because we don't have a hose in the front. I have to get one.
You can get one from the 99-cent store.
I know, but they're short.
Yeah, they're cheap too. Suck. Anyway, so that was our thumbs up.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, and like my candles. I made some candles last week, and I really want to make some more. I have enough to make 3 more batches of candles. Of 3, because they're only 3. Like one, again, a pound of wax makes 3 candles.
Yeah.
3 8-ounce candles. So I think I'm gonna make some candles.
Are you going to sell your candles on Etsy? Did you find a sticker and a design yet?
I just need to find like the right paper, like the right size labels, because like I'm just going to print them at home. Now that my printer works.
Oh yeah, since you got that thing out of it.
Yeah. So I just have to find the right size labels. But labels are expensive. But yeah.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and subscribe. Leave us a review.
Yeah, give us a rating or something.
Yeah, and if you just want to talk shit, I don't have time for that. Just stop it.
Can we be in a headspace of positivity, please?
Positivity. Can we have a little corrective criticism, not bitchy criticism? Constructive criticism. Don't be a dick.
Some people are just assholes. Like they literally their life's goal is to just fucking be negative. Like those people that just write bad reviews on like restaurants and stuff. And the review, like I'll read the review and I'm like, this is why they're complaining. Like, are you serious?
Why are you mad?
Was there a giant turd on your plate? No? Then shut the fuck up.
Ew. I'd be mad about that. It's so gross.
Exactly. Be mad about a giant plate. Don't be mad because, oh, well, I didn't get my mashed potatoes with gravy. They didn't bring my gravy. Or whatever the case. Like, dude, all you gotta do is say, I'm sorry, you forgot this. Can you just, it's not a big deal. People expect you to, like, people, especially like I'm in this Etsy group on Facebook.
Ooh, cool.
And like people post like the bad reviews that.
Oh yeah.
And they're stupid. Like, this doesn't smell at all like I thought it would. That's not my fault.
This doesn't smell like the way I thought it would.
Yeah, like they'll be like, where's my order? When on Etsy it tells you when your shit is gonna ship. It tells you that. So like some people have a 2 to 3 day or 4 to 5 day or even a week, shipping and handling period between when you're gonna get when your item is going to ship, and then it's up to the post office to get it there on time.
Right.
But if you're asking, you ordered something yesterday and I have 4 days to ship your item and it tells you that it will ship by this date and you're asking me the next day, where's your item? You're a fucking asshole. Don't do that. These people work hard to make the stuff that you're ordering from them and you're being assholes. It's unnecessary. Just because you're bored at home. I know people have been like online shopping like crazy.
Yeah.
But don't be a dick. We're not Amazon. Etsy is not Amazon. You're not going to get your shit in 2 days. Unless it tells you that it ships the same day, which is... I shipped the masks. Somebody had ordered a mask for me through Etsy. I shipped her mask the next day because, she had ordered it late in the day and the post office was closed. But, again, if it doesn't say ready to ship on there, just, be fucking patient. And don't be ordering shit last minute. If you want a Father's Day gift for your husband, don't order it 2 days before Father's Day.
Get it cracking already, y'all, because Father's Day is next. Is actually, you're listening to it, this is on Tuesday. Father's Day is this weekend.
Yes.
It is on Sunday.
Yes.
And also, it's going to be Boss Baby's birthday on Monday. I'm going to have a 3-year-old.
Boss Baby.
Boss Baby.
Oh my gosh, she's going to be 3.
The boss, baby, boss.
Lord. 3-year-old.
Boss Baby. Yes. So,
she bad.
She's a handful. She's a handful, so soon I'll have a 3-year-old. So her birthday is Monday.
I was gonna do her a tiara, but I don't have any. Because I can't use.
I have wooden beads.
No, you don't have those.
No, I have wooden beads.
Oh, you have more?
Yes.
Well, I want.
Nice try.
I just want the pearl ones. I need to go. Maybe to Walmart and see if they have some.
She would love that. I think we're gonna have a party. She wants to have a dance party, so it's just gonna be us, obviously.
The dance party.
So maybe Saturday.
She said dance party?
She says dance party all the fucking time. I want to have dance party. She just likes to dance and likes music. So,
I'm in.
Saturday, we'll see you here for the party.
Yeah.
Guys, why don't you send Boss Baby some gifts? Maybe I'll put up a wish list on Amazon for Brandi.
Do it.
You send her a gift. She love that. Or send Mama some wine. Whatever. It's the same thing. Or meet us on Patreon for our bottomless mimosa level or the happy hour or whatever. We've got different levels on Patreon. $2, $5, and $10. It helps us. It helps us keep the lights on. It helps us pay for our hosting, for the podcast, for the website, for the swag, for the stickers. It helps for everything. So if you have it in your heart and you've got it to give, please on Patreon.
Oh.
Thank you to our current patrons. We love you guys. You guys are so supportive and y'all the best. But hey, this was Book of Life Podcast. And I'm Sunni Hepburn.
And I'm Brandi Flakes.
And this was Book of Lies. The podcast.
Boop, bitches.